want to start us off tonight?
Yes, in the bottom left, Overgrowth Ladder Edition. There's our yellow Zerg player, Felicity's Probe.
And in the top right of the map, we have his opponent, our red Zerg player, Anticitizen. Oh boy. Sensing a little anger. On the case greater than anti symbol is still there.
It is.
I'm going to have to ask Case about that later.
Yep. Very nice. And Probe is playing with his butt. I just felt like I should announce that to everybody.
Oh.
Little scout drone coming out here. He's getting an early scout off. Honestly, Anti doesn't go for those early cheesy builds. So, I mean, this is, a little insurance policy here. But
It is pretty interesting. I honestly almost wonder if, Probe's just kind of second-guessing himself a bit here, because, anybody who's watched Anti play knows he's not going to do that. It would be a first if he actually cheesed.
Did you six pool? No. Six pool,
Oh.
What's that? I don't know what that is. I'm not in platinum.
Oh, he's actually he's trying to delay the hatchery like a Protoss for a bit there. Got a slight advantage in getting his up slightly sooner, but not by much.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke around, get a little more, but ultimately, troll.
Oh man, I think that thing can take one more hit. He's trying to take it up. Oh no, they just switched posts.
Oop, just kind of bouncing around like a pinball there.
Yep,
and he gets away.
He's gonna go home. So they're skipping the one base stage, just going straight up to two base with links. Having some gas down over at Probe space. No gas yet for Anticitizen, so speed will be a little bit quicker for Probe if he decides to rush up to it.
Right. And in a Zergling fight, first one to have speed. Probably going to come out better on that.
Has the edge. Then the first one to get Banelings has a bigger edge. Or a longer edge? I'm not really certain that if you have an edge, does it just get more edgy? I don't know.
He's more edgy.
Do you become more anti-hero? Is that the way it works?
Ooh. Oh man, these are awesome puns. We're gonna have to throw these his way when he gets back in the call.
We'll just save it for the VOD when he can look at it later.
So both naturals completed. Speed is on the way for Mr. Probe here. No speed for Anti yet.
Nope, he might be trying to save up for... Well, no, he's not getting any gas at all. He's actually kind of just picking up as many drones as he can. And he's only got a 2-drone advantage as a result of that. He's going to pick up his two queens. Still not grabbing any gas. This is going to be pretty rough to deal with. It's going to basically trap him in his base. The queens do give him a decent amount of defense, though. So
right.
He's just basically conceding map control to have a slightly larger economy.
Which is okay to some point. I mean, as long as he can hold without losing too much, it should be okay.
Yep. It also depends on whether or not Probe even tries to exploit it at all. Ooh, he wants to protect that, though. He doesn't want him to see that he doesn't have that gas yet.
All the drones.
Second queen is out.
There we go. This should shut down pretty quick.
Yep, now he's going to run in for the scout. It's going to lose 2 lings. And actually, is he going to get close enough to really see? No, he's not going to be able to see both gases, so he doesn't know necessarily that speed is on the way. He's going to have to make a judgment call here. And it looks like he's just going to continue droning up so far. Having a few more overlords, not seeing him put any more lings into it. So, yeah, Anti's probably kind of saved himself a little bit of hassle here by getting that scout shut down.
Yep. And since he knows that he prevented the scout, he's dropping his 3rd base. This should be pretty good. Get him a little bit of a mineral lead. He's dropping gases now.
This is actually a very powerful play if he can get away with it. Even if he doesn't put any drones over there, it gives him significantly more production ability than Probe will have for quite a while.
Yep. Extra larva can mean everything. DBZ. Roach
Mr.
Warren.
Roach. Probe. Antis is almost done, so I have a little bit of a head start in that respect.
The queen's picking away at this overlord here.
They will get that eventually, I think. Could he actually? Yeah, he could turn that straight upward and probably run across that terrain and get away, but not a problem. And he's got 3 more overlords just about to finish. Bammo. On supply worked.
Bammo. Yep, and he's got speed of his own on the way now. That should come in handy in defense.
Third's about to finish. There's nothing keeping an eye on this for Probe. No Lings, no Overlords, so he has no idea that that's going on. So it looks like so far, yeah, he's just trying to get up into Roaches real quick, and it's going to be fine. Anti's still pushing the drones as much as possible here. This is probably to the point of it being a little bit risky. He's even grabbing upgrades. Still has no army at all, and here comes units of any kind. Be very, very annoying.
Ooh. He's got enough queens, though.
They found a third. Yeah. So here comes... Is he finally producing any roaches? There we go. 9 roaches coming on the way. But is Probe keeping his back home? Actually, looks like he is. He's got a couple moving up to the front, but not doing anything with them just yet.
They're pushing out to a rally point here in the middle of the map. Anti's creep spread is almost out there. They're going to move in, catch these queens. Maybe not. He does have roaches of his own now, though. Gonna cut around here. Looks like he's gonna flank the third. There's nothing here to defend yet.
Yeah, and he actually should be fine here. Like, I think once this round of roaches comes out, he'll be able to hold this. He just... I mean, he might lose some stuff at the front, but kind of don't expect him to lose too much. He's kind of already had this long enough to get a lead out of it. And if he can kill the army without... Like, even if he does lose the hatchery, if he can kill this army, he'll be fine. And it looks like so far that is happening here.
Wow.
And doesn't look like he's going to even get the hatchery.
Very well defended here.
He did lose a lot of drones, which is frustrating, but, I mean... it actually just kind of evened things out economically.
Yeah, he had the lead long enough. I think that pushed him, rocketed him ahead here. Probe is now starting his own third.
That he is. Going to be a little bit of an upgrade disadvantage as well for Probe. Currently sitting at +1 attack while his opponent is at +1/+1. Wait, no, he's not. Never mind. This thing is lying to me. He's going to get the hatchery. Get at the cost of a lot of roaches. This is probably this is a pretty decent move on Probe's part, just because Angie has showed a lot of tendency, over his previous games to just not want to do counterattacks. He just likes to sit at home and hold up, and getting that third base pushed down over and over again does eventually become a problem. Still, though, Probe is not mining from his third yet, so he's kind of okay.
There is the little bit of a larva advantage, though. Gonna have a little bit more to work with now. The base is... Third's coming back. It's about halfway down, so... I mean, that shouldn't be too much of an advantage for longer, but... He's gonna push out again. And get some more work done. Gonna see this with the Overlord. Probably better to fight at the top of the ramp. Hydra's in the mix now. It's gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah, he's always had a lot of firepower. I mean, they come at the cost of your roach count getting slightly behind, so it's going to come a little bit to a question of, make sure that Rigelists aren't in the front of the army, say, engagement occurs, or anything like that. Also, there is a vacuum demon apparently occupying my ceiling, so I'm going to keep muting myself every time I'm talking.
Oh, a little bit of a split here. Just trying to get the concave advantage. Going to push back to the choke. A little bit of tug of war here. Decides to pull out. Go around the other side. Get some angle here. Honestly, Anti's got... He can cover more... less distance faster, I suppose. That's what you could say. He's got the advantage. He can run between these two bases all day. Gonna push up, take out some of the creep tumors.
Yeah, this is pretty annoying. I mean, he can hide a little bit out of his vision. He's trying to go for the engagement right now, but he had a DPS in the back of the army here.
Ooh,
And there's a significant upgrade advantage for Pro, but I think the Hydra's overcome that pretty hard.
Yeah. Yep. Hydra's whittling away here at the front. Oh, so much DPS. All of these roaches are gonna fall.
So the question, it comes down to who can resupply better. I mean, we have 11 more Hydras coming out, so this. Oh, hello!
Ooh,
That's not a good thing. No, I mean, it's okay for Pro. You know, he has more than enough supply right now, but it's still never good to be chucking things at your opponent for him to kill. Kind of thinking he needs more roaches.
Kind of thinking so, yeah.
Like, this is a lot of Hydras. Maybe a little bit too many Hydras.
Well, honestly, if he can kill them faster than they can kill him, it won't matter. Queen trying to be a hero. Didn't work out too well. Clean up the creep in the center of the map. He does have a nice creep highway set up here. But he's going to get card out. Ooh, careful. Army splitting. Ooh.
Awkward engagement spot for our red Zerg there, but he's realizing it and backing off before things get much worse.
Pulling back to the ramp. Trying to bait Probe in. Probe doesn't fall for it. Flips around again. He keeps checking for this gold base. I think he's nervous?
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to miss an expansion. Right now, they're both apparently equal with expansions, and this is a very strange situation, Mass Hydra versus Mass Roach. Obviously, DPS advantage for,
yeah.
for Anticitizen, but also a little bit of an upgrade advantage. His Probe's army is a little bit tougher than Anti's right now. Both players are kind of just hoping the other one's going to run into them, and that doesn't seem to be happening. So it looks like we have a bit of a stalemate for a while.
A Mexican standoff in the middle there. Ooh, he's gonna fall in. Take the bait.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's moving forward. Some of the roaches, Hydras at the back of the army, not really able to engage, but Hydras hit hard.
Ooh.
Real hard. He's backing away, trying to get a better spot to fight in, and back to just kind of hanging out. More roaches coming out for Anticitizen, though. He has noticed the Mass Hydra in his army. Going back to putting in some tanky shields for his damagey Hydras. He's got to watch those rally points, though. There you go.
Yeah, we saw that in a game a couple days ago. That did get him killed. Probably needs to tighten those up a little bit.
Both players getting the chance to just kind of push each other back here. I think this is an interesting position for them to be in. I mean, at this point, you're actually transitioning into the late game stage. We're going to see the big upgrades pop out. 3-3 for Probe. Anticitizen still a little bit behind on that as high as it's still under production.
What?
He's like hiding the creep tumors?
Hiding the creep tumors,
right.
yeah.
Anyway, here comes the fight. Looks like a slight concave advantage for Probe. It's not tremendously huge, but it's enough, and it's getting him a little bit of space to work in there. Reinforcements obviously going to come quicker a little bit for Probe here. It's going to be the question is, will he actually be able to mount a force capable of killing that? Because all of his roaches are now gone, and that's a lot of firepower. Looks like Anticitizen was macroing. Doing a lot of that. It's responsible of him to do that. Never forget your macro.
Very good. So he does have a stream of enforcements here coming out. Plenty of roaches to back up these Hydras. This Hydra's changed everything that last fight. Even though Probe was smashing him in the face with his roaches, the DPS didn't.
Ooh, spine wall. Well, that's the ideal place for Probe to engage then. Though he could just cut down here and kill his fourth. He doesn't actually have to fight him there at all. Looks like he's going to try. This is not bad, too, because he's going to be hitting him before his upgrades kick in, and if he can kill this army before that happens, then it becomes a essentially meaningless element in all of this. He's going to back away a little bit.
Gonna back away.
Probe actually starting to make Hydras as well now.
Gonna get out for now. Now, there's something very fun in the production tab right now. You see what I see?
I see what you see. I just don't see the minerals to back it up.
Yep.
Looking at Ultras, he's got the ability to make 2, which, bizarrely enough, may actually turn out to be enough to really swing the tide. Those things, they attract a lot of attention. Your opponent will try and focus them down. If nothing else, they'll serve as a nice distraction. And here comes the fight. This time there's no spine crawlers there to help. However, 3-3 is just about to finish. 3 ultras popping out, but they're not here with the rest of the army. There are some hydras to help out, but it looks like Probe doesn't have enough defense for his hydras, and his army is just kind of falling apart. Oh, and it looks like Anticitizen is just going to cut straight into the natural where the least amount of defenses are. Kills the queen, kills the spine crawler. Kind of trapped in here now, but 6 ultralisks in production.
6 on the way. So even if Probe does hold this, there's going to be some very nasty knocking at his door.
I'm not sure he can hold this. He's kind of sitting in the middle of his reinforcement point. Anything that comes out is going to have to fight over 2 different spots, and it's just, he's killing everything. It's like, honestly, I've seen this happen to Anti so many times. It's very interesting to see him doing it to somebody else.
Yeah, yep. He also has said ZVZ is not his strongest matchup. I don't believe it.
He's ahead of 100 supply right now. That is scary. And here comes the ultras, and this is the scariest thing in the world when you're behind. Those things take hits. Nobody's business. Now, of course, they don't have the insane upgrades really to back them up. They don't have kindness plating in particular. And he's still on +1 armor. So these things are not as strong as they would normally be, but you see them and they got a little bit of a fear factor thing going on there. See those and you're like, well, okay.
Probe,
okay.
Not wanting to give this up.
Well, that's not going to work. Yeah, he's trying to go for the burrow play, but the army just turned around and started shooting.
These ultras are going to say no.
Oh my gosh. GG!
And a GG.
Anticitizen takes game 1. The vacuums appeared to have stopped.